Today is day one of one of the biggest adventures and biggest challenges that I've ever had in my off-road career. I will be the official co-driver for John Grounds with Proving Grounds Racing in the 4400 class, which is the big boy class at King of the Hammers, one of the hardest off-road race in the world.
What up?
Day one.
Day one, getting ready to go to Hammers.
I've driven in John Grounds' race car last year at King of the Hammers. He just gave me a hot lap through the desert. I'll throw the link in the description below. You can check it out if you want to. We're gonna use the next 5 days here in Chino Valley to understand the race car. I have to learn every nut and bolt on this car, and I want to do as good as a job as possible. And I'm gonna take you guys with me to see what this is all about and how much actually goes into it. This is where all the magic happens. This is where we're going to spend the next 5 days, getting the car prepared for the race. We still have a boatload of tires to mount, put on new wheels, and get them ready for the race. And obviously go through the car a couple of more times. And then these guys are going to teach me how to work on the car.
We got a few extra things to do on both cars. We're gonna load up some stuff. We're gonna go through all the pit supplies. We're gonna make sure that you fit in the car.
Yeah.
Spare tire changes.
Yeah.
Getting in and out of the car. Grabbing a fire extinguisher. You know, the important safety things too, that are super important when, you know, if there's a rollover, if there's a fire, if there's, you know, something catastrophic.
Yeah. So pretty much my job as a co-driver will be like obviously taking care of the car in case something breaks, something happens, recovery of any kind, and navigation.
On the navigation, I mean, we have two different GPSs for the car. So the driver and co-driver have GPSs. And one of the reasons why it's good for both is in the event that you are circumventing another issue, whether it's a relay or a fan or something's not working and you're going through that challenge, I can still make sure at a glance that we're still on track or on course. If you lose signal on this and we can't see anything, well,
we got another one.
We got another one.
So what are the things basically while I'm calling out things, like what are the typical things to call out?
You're gonna see a lot of things on here. A few things when we go pre-running is we're going to mark dangers and different obstacles, speed zones. We're gonna, if it's a fast section, we can mark that. So that way, every single time that we're going through, if it's a multiple portion of the course where we hit it 2 or 3 times, or if it's a single course, we know where the dangers are. We know that we either need to check up or we can go fast. If it's a blind rise over a berm and it's clear above it, we know we can send it.
Right. During the pre-running, I will be working this GPS and basically putting all of this in. Every second that we can save that, you know, where I did my homework beforehand and I know where to go, what to grab and what to do, will save us, you know, valuable time during the race.
If we can finish during the daylight, that will be the challenge. Last year we finished about 7:30 in Johnson Valley. At this time of year, sun sets about 5:30, so it's pitch black out there. All we have are the lights on the car. So if we can finish during the daylight and not have those kind of issues on the car, that's what we're looking for.
That would be great. So, well, how long is the race? What's the time? For those that don't know, what's the maximum time you're allowed to be on race course?
So 8 to 10. So you have a 14-hour window to finish this race. Sometimes you need all 14 hours. Sometimes you don't. It just depends. I've raced this race, I believe, 8 times, and I've finished 3 times.
This kind of puts into perspective how tough this thing is, and it's the hardest single-day off-road race in the world.
That's
right?
correct.
That's kind of how they advertise it. So yeah, we're in for a doozy.
We gotta work it out for us. That's for sure.
Absolutely, man. All right, so let's get to work, and I'm gonna take you guys with me along the way and teach you what I've been taught. It's not just show up on race day and go have a good time. It's very far beyond that, actually.
Yes, it is.
All right, so first matter of action here after breaking down a couple of old wheels. Now we're putting new wheels on them, different luck pattern, and a bunch of fresh tires. And if you think every one of these is getting, you know, tightened over cross like you learn on the internet, you're wrong. John, tell me about this really quick.
So now, granted, this may not be arithmetic that people should use, but for racing, we do this so many times over the years and through the season, and even at the track if there's a swap out that needs to happen from a bent wheel or a damaged tire. Typically what we do is we'll put 4 or 5 bolts all the way through the ring. We'll start them all, but we'll cinch down 4 in a star pattern. which will basically put this evenly down to where it puts the ring and the wheel pressure against the rim. Once that's done, I'll walk this all the way around. I'll do it with an impact to save time, which is right here. Milwaukee. Run this all the way down. Basically what I do is I make sure that the ring and the rim are seated firmly to where I can't put my fingernail all the way or anywhere around the ring of the tire for the beadlock or the rim itself. From there, I'll stop and I'll torque them by hand to make sure that they're torqued all evenly all the way across. Once that's done, we'll drive 50 miles, we'll retorque them, and typically they don't move but 1 or 2 foot-pounds. Yeah. And we're back running.
Yeah, and then usually after the race, this is, you know, they repeat this process every single time. So these tires will have 1 race on them, and that's it.
Done. After that, we'll dismount and start the process all over again with fresh tires for the next race.
All right, it's nighttime right now. We're still sitting here at the shop, prepping the car, throwing panels on it.
Window nets, we're checking the seats and the PRP 5-point harnesses to make sure that you fit in the car.
Exactly, so that's what's next. So I just put on my racing shoes. I'm about to put my helmet on and my neck device. And then we're gonna make sure that I actually fit in this thing. Because it is tight. Here, I always wanted to set off these things. Look at them. Fresh sneakers. Yeah.
In a few days, you're gonna have 14 hours and it won't be new any longer.
No, they are tight as hell. So like, I'm gonna, you know what they do in Germany with like lederhosen and all that stuff? They actually piss in them when they get them, and that widens the leather.
You need to piss in your shoes?
Nah, I'll do that myself if I have to.
We line
we line everybody up after a good night of drinking. We're gonna line them all up.
Just don't like a man, right?
Whoever filled it over the top has to, you know. So I got my Rugged Radios helmet with this little, you know, air. How do you call this? Air intake?
We call it an air pumper, so that way it feeds fresh air all day long through the race day, because otherwise it'll fog up.
Oh yeah.
Just breathing and heavy.
Yeah. So fresh air, pretty cool. Snell approved for the next, what, 10 years, 9 years, something like that. And then this is my Hans device, neck brace, neck device, whatever you call it.
That was established new in all sorts of racing after Dale Earnhardt passed away in NASCAR.
Oh, yeah?
Those were not regulated in NASCAR until after that accident.
Oh, I had no idea that's what caused it.
So now almost every single racing sanction requires a neck restraint.
Yeah, that makes everything a lot more tricky because your helmet, so your neck is connected to your shoulders, so you can't move at all. So the driver not being able to look and trying to see what's going on outside, that's tough.
Well, one of the good things about this car and our Miller chassis is you can see all 4 corners.
Yeah.
So from your vision and my vision, I can see where each of these tires are coming above the hood.
Yeah.
So we know where all 4 corners and the extents are, to where I don't need to have that full tilt range of trying to see, where everything I need is right in front of me.
Yeah. When you're in here, you will literally see the tire come up to like right here. It's freaking wild. Moment of truth. Neck device, helmet. Now let's see if all this goes together.
So we got him in a hoodie to kind of represent at least the bulkiness of what a race suit would feel like. So what Kevin's doing right now is putting in the neck gen clips that actually hold in tight the helmet to keep your neck, once you're bolted down, with the seatbelt straps. It keeps you from overextending, snapping your neck and becoming a loose noodle in the car.
The seatbelts will hold this thing down, right?
Yeah, so the seatbelts go over.
Right now it's pretty loose, but because of...
Yeah, so the seatbelts will actually lay right here where my hand is, and that's what holds you. So where if you get into a crash and you lunge forward, your neck isn't going to go and as far as your body would allow it, because the neck restraint literally stops it from pulling forward.
Right.
Man, if this is how fast he gets in, I think we're gonna be loose on the, oh no, he's stuck. 6'4", he's stuck. There we go.
All right, did you pull your belts?
You can feel the other side. Oh, right here. No, The ratchet is down here, right?
Correct.
How does this work? How do I loosen it? I pull it and it pulls loose?
But there's a tab that locks it so it can't come loose automatically. You have to flip that up with your finger and then pull the belt.
Look who's there.
Looks like we have wreck gear in the house.
What's up?
Looks like you guys are racing. Already?
We're trying.
Nice.
We're trying.
I want to come.
Well, looks like you had some fun today.
I
did.
The ratchet to engage.
So,
it is actually engaged.
Yeah,
Okay, it
okay.
was just super light. Okay. Gotcha. Then I had it from the first place. It's just I thought there was more resistance.
you right now are tight.
Yeah.
In the first 2 miles,
Right.
you will go, hey, I'm going to take 2 more clicks because I've settled in. The car's, bounced me
Right.
around enough to where I've worked myself into the seat. And then you'll feel that much better about, okay, let's go and do
Right.
this. We're going to check the height that his helmet to the roof of the car is to where we know that he's safe and he's not going to hit, because right now, we got to adjust the seat down because you can see where his helmet hits. When you get out of the car, I'm already in the car and I have the motion to be able to grab yours, flip it, and I can pull it loose. So that way when you get back in, you don't have to pull it loose. All you're doing is clipping and then tightening it back down. So
Okay.
I do that whole motion for you.
Okay.
But you can go ahead and just undo the strap like a typical 5-point harness to be able to get out of the car.
That's it.
That's it.
Now back out.
Yep.
Woo! That worked. So I pull these down and then
Yep. Just pull them down and it should unlatch it.
they're loose right now. That's why it's a little bit of a pain.
We're gonna make a race car driver out of Marvin yet. You guys just wait.
Yep. Woo!
There you go.
You have a lot more movement in this still, even though you're connected. I thought it was way stiffer than it actually is.
You'd be surprised how much movement you get out of it. There is a slight adjustment you can do also to the different size of neck, small, medium, or large that they make. So with that, we'll make any adjustments that you want to feel the most comfortable, but also the most safe.
All right, check 1, 2. Now with the visor down, it should be even better quality because less outside noises. I'm probably gonna put this camera on fisheye to get a wider lanes, and yeah. And now I'm talking a little bit louder and see if that's going on because damn, like shit's gonna be loud. So let's make sure this works as well, okay? All right. Now I got the air plugged in as well. It's pretty loud, the air, so I hope this audio comes across good. Check, 1, 2, let's go racing. We made quite some headroom yesterday, literally, on my seating position in the race car. My air intake that's on top of the helmet, this guy right here, was hitting the roll bar, moving my head back and forth. It was hitting this bar right here. And we modified the seat a little bit. We lowered the seat brackets down, and now it's clearing. We're running BF Goodrich KR3 red labels. Those tires are beefy. I mean, they have the same compound, the same rubber compound as the red label crawlers that I'm running on my Jeepster. Different tread pattern, obviously, and the sidewall is like this thick. Not sure if I can, it's hard to see, but basically, if I put it around, that's the sidewall right here. Now we're trying to put the spare tire on for the first time. Let's see how much of a cluster this is. All right.
1, 2, 3. Very important when we take this tire off that neither of us let it go when we take it off, because I've watched people take a tire off and it roll down the hill.
Yeah.
And you gotta go
immediately lay it flat or something.
Yes, yeah, if it does that, like, grab it. So 1, 2, 3. So I'll swap this, and then that's
I'll take
the old
this one. Yeah. And like while you're doing that, you want to do that by yourself, or do you want me to come and give you a hand to freaking find the lockout holes?
It's easier to do it by myself,
Okay.
because otherwise you and I are fighting, our helmets are clacking together, it's 2 monkeys effing a football.
Yeah. But there's nothing I can do in that time until you're back, well, or struggle myself and try to get this tire on it by myself.
Right, but I will need some.
Is there, like I mean, honestly, is there a trick to get it on there easily by myself? Because that's not gonna happen for me, at least.
So, what I've done before
You roll it on.
is Rolling on the knee?
Yeah. That's what I'm afraid of, and then I'll break your hub.
You ain't gonna break your spider tracks hub.
Okay, so I get out of the car, I step on the tire, I pull the pin out, pull this out,
Yep.
pull the jack out, hinge the jack,
Yep.
pull these guys out, bam. Take the strap off, throw it over here this time. Go down here.
Yep.
Then
3 bolts on the spare.
bolts in my pocket. Ready to use the tire.
So one thing you could do while I'm doing this, try the T-strap. Try pulling the 2 T's and flipping it down. Careful.
Careful.
Yeah, careful of the weight.
Yeah, because it all won't go.
Now you can put that there, flip the T-strap back. I can swap the tires.
Rotating. Oh, there we go. Okay. Bam. Look nuts.
So you're good to go on your end.
Yes.
So give that to you. This right down. I can get that, Marvin, if you get the 3 strap, because you'll have to still hand me the
Okay.
jack.
Okay.
Because it's easy. That'll be easier to see when we're up here.
Yeah.
So 1, 2, flip that over. Grab this. Technical difficulties. Alright, so that's there. That's tight there.
Bam. Done.
We're done.
Good. Small little detail, but it'll definitely save us a few seconds. Off, on. No guesswork. All right, one of the last things on the plan is to spool up new winch line. And in order to put some tension on it to get it nice and tight, we're gonna hook it up to the truck. Car's done, KUH ready, getting loaded up. So then after that, we still have to load all this stuff up. All right guys, that's a wrap. The shop is empty, the car's all loaded up. We're ready for the hammers. I'm gonna be driving John's trailer, truck and trailer, to Phoenix to pick him up from work. And then we are going straight to the lake bed from here. So stay tuned. Next time I see you guys, we'll be on the lake bed. Bye-bye.